Sleazy lawyers are still going after Trump even after their second fake impeachment failed. They're going after him with criminal investigations, inquiries, and frivolous #MeToo lawsuits by evil women. The Chinese/commie virus cases and hospitalizations are reportedly declining, but they still want to control you, shut you down, and push vaccinations, they being the mainstream media and the Democrats and rhinos, no doubt. Some weather news, too. It's hazardous conditions out there for many. Be careful, everybody. They're going after Trump endlessly. CNN reports that our real president, Donald J. Trump, has been, of course, acquitted at his second fake impeachment trial over the weekend. But his legal persecution is ongoing. No doubt corrupt prosecutors from Georgia, which I talked about before, are conducting criminal investigations into his attempts to overturn the state's election results, which are very iffy, while apparently politically motivated prosecutors in New York are looking into his business dealings because they hate him. Trump is also facing civil state inquiries into defamation lawsuits by two evil women accusing him of sexual assault with no evidence. And the COVID scare. CNN reports that COVID cases and hospitalizations are declining sharply in the United States, now that Biden is in, right? But the control freaks at CNN and the Democrat Party and the mainstream media at large do not want to let you be free. More than 38 million Americans so far have received at least the first vaccine dose. But they say vaccinations aren't actually what's driving the case numbers down. Instead, one expert says that it's supposedly the tried and true safety measures behind the decline. Wearing masks, physical distancing, not traveling, and not congregating with others indoors. So they claim. It's especially important that those behaviors continue, they say. Vaccinations won't widely be available to most Americans until late spring or summer, and those vaccinations won't work on many of these new coronavirus variants that are popping up, the mutations. And a troubling batch of mutations has been found in the United States. Also, investigators in the World Health Organization, the very corrupt UN's evil WHO, have found signs that the original coronavirus outbreak in Wuhan in December 2019 was much wider than previously thought. Duh. And the CDC reports that schools can reopen safely amid the COVID-19 so-called pandemic. That's from the Epoch Times. Evidence suggests that many K-12 schools that have strictly implemented mitigation strategies have been able to safely open for in-person instruction and remain open. So wrote the liberal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, part of the U.S. government, right? The deep state. That's what they wrote. They want masks on students and teachers, though. Cringe. Wash your hands, keep facilities clean, and whatever. It's critical for students to open as safely and soon as possible, remain open, and achieve the benefits of in-person learning and key support services. That's what they say. Don't trust the CDC. But the official guidance reiterated what CDC Director Rochelle Walensky said last week, that teachers do not need to get the COVID vaccine in order to return to the classroom. But still, teachers should get vaccinated as soon as the supply allows, so claims the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. It is cold out. CNN reports that nearly 170 million Americans, half of Americans basically, are under the winter weather advisories with icy roads, power outages, dangerously low temperatures threatening to snarl traffic and paralyze cities from coast to coast. So much for global warming, am I right? The cold is so widespread that you could travel nearly 2,000 miles from the Rio Grande on the Mexican border to the St. Lawrence River on the Canadian border entirely in winter storm warnings or watches. At least 11 people in the heartland have died in weather-related vehicle accidents since the cold temperatures took. More than 2 million customers were without power as of this morning, and emergency declarations have been issued in at least 7 states. Dang. In case you care, CNN reports that Prince Harry and that mixed-race black feminist Meghan Markle are expecting a new baby. She's pregnant. Their first boy was a boy named Archie. Archie, what, Markle? Did Harry take her last name? No, I'm kidding. By the way, CNN reports that Bitcoin has hit a record. I'm James Hake.